Okay, this is a Form 10Q. What is a Form 10Q? Form 10Q is a filing that companies put out every 3 months, every quarter, that has a lot of information about the company in it. So 3 times a year, 3 quarters, they file these things. On the fourth quarter, they file something called a 10K, which is audited, and the audit costs upwards of $100,000. So a lot of companies, they quit filing because the cost is too high. But anyway, to get back to the 10Q, this one here is for the quarterly period ended March 31st, 2017. Okay, now there's only a few things you need to pay attention to on these filings, and you can look at a 10Q and glean all the important things in less than a minute. And I'm going to tell you where those important things are. The most important thing about a company, I guess, is how many shares are out there. You can think of a public company as a pizza, and each share is a slice of that pizza, so you want to know how many slices there are, and that determines the ownership of the company, is how many shares they are. Okay, this company here is Heat Transfer Technology. They are based in Nevada. Majority of companies are based in Nevada. If a company is based not in Nevada, like Delaware or some other place, except for Wyoming, that's a little plus, okay? Companies that are not in Nevada are generally, you can think of them as a little bit higher class company. Except for Wyoming. Wyoming allows unlimited authorized shares. In other words, they let them issue as many as they want. Okay, so this one's out of Nevada. The first thing you want to pay attention to is the shares outstanding, okay? And as of May 15th, okay, remember this one is dated, the end of period is March 31st. They have 45 days to issue these 10Qs. So after 45 days, this company issued this thing. So as of May 15th, which is the date that this thing was filed, they had 20 million shares outstanding. Okay, that's your first item of information that you care about. I'm going to skip ahead real quick and show you one other thing. Down here under shareholders equity, there's a line that says common stock, 190 million shares authorized, 20,453,500 shares issued and outstanding as of March 31st. Okay. Now, what's nice to do is compare this number as of March with this number up here, the first number as of May 15th, and in this case they're the same. So this company didn't issue any shares after March 31st, between the time of March 31st and when they issued this 10Q. You got 20,453,000, and down here on this line you've also got 453. But this line here tells you how many shares are authorized, how many they are authorized to issue. Okay, so they're authorized to issue 190 million, and of that they've only issued 20 million. Okay. So, but anyway, the next thing you want to look at is assets. Okay, what does this company own? And this company owns cash and cash equivalents of $5 million. And they have some other stuff here, restricted cash. They have these trade receivables of 32 million. Anyway, the bottom line on their assets, total assets, is $92 million. Okay? Now, next you want to look at their liabilities. Okay, their liabilities are things that they owe. Okay? And the bottom line on this, they have some accounts payable, some other stuff, income tax, blah blah. But the bottom line is their liabilities are 31 million, almost 32 million. Okay. So now, if you subtract their liabilities from their assets, okay, you got 92 minus 31. You come up with something called shareholders' equity. And this is what the company's actually worth. I mean, if this thing went tits up, there would be $60 million left over. That would be the value. And how many shareholders are there? There's 20 million, right? So if you divide their equity, what their value, it's called book value. Divide 60 million by 20 million, you get $3 a share, right? So that's the book value on this company. Now, what are they trading at? We're going to go over here to DDAmanda real quick and look. Okay, THTI. Okay, this is THTI, and they're trading at 21 cents. Okay, roughly. The most they've ever traded was 9,000 in the last 200 days was $9,000 traded on June 9th. The highest it's ever been, or actually the lowest it's been, is 11 cents. The highest it's been in 200 days is 28 cents, 27. So here you got a company with a book value of $3 a share trading at 21 cents. Go figure, right? Okay, let's get back to the queue. Alright, so you got your assets, your liabilities, your shareholders' equity. This company has a lot of equity for its shareholders. Why they're trading at 21 cents is who knows. But anyway, next we want to look at revenues, okay? Sales revenue, $3 million, almost $4 million here. However, we have a cost of revenues of $2 million, a gross profit of $1.8 million, and totaling operating expenses of $3 million. So their loss, they've actually lost money. Their loss from operations is $1.5 million for this quarter. Okay. And over here on this column, you can look at last year. Okay. Last year they only lost $2.6 million, and you can compare the quarters on all of these numbers from the year before. Okay. So these guys are losing money every quarter. That might be a reason for the 21 cents a share. I don't know. Twitter loses millions every quarter, and they're trading at $17 or whatever. So go figure. It's like that movie. What was that movie, The Wolf of Wall Street, where Bradley Cooper's is saying, "It's all fairy dust." It's all fairy dust. These shares are worth what people are willing to pay for them. It's not really based on anything legitimate, believe me. Okay, so we got revenues, and you can look at all these other little accounting items and what have you. But you know the basics. You know their assets, their liabilities, you know their revenues. Okay, below all these numbers, you'll have a short paragraph that says what the company's about. Okay, it says Heat Transfer Technology, blah, 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 blah. Is a Nevada corporation with major operations in People's Republic of China. China, ta-da! Says here the company is a holding company whose primary business is connected through subsidiaries, blah, 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 blah. And the company is engaged in manufacturing and trading of plate heat exchangers. Okay, that's what they do. Now there's one last item that you might want to look at, and it's called management's discussion. Okay, now you can either search for it in your browser or just scroll down until you find it, and here it is right here. Item 2, management's discussion and analysis of financial end results of operations. And then you can read this little short thing about what management is saying, you know, what's happening with their company, blah, 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 blah. Overview of our business. We're a leading total solution provider in heat exchange industry. Our major products are blah, 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 blah. So that's it, okay? That's all you really need to pay attention to on a 10Q, and if you look at a few of them, you'll find that you can do it in less than a minute. Let's look at one other 10Q from another company. This is from another company. This is plastic to oil. They're into pyrolysis of waste plastics into fuel. I used to be really involved in this company. Again, the quarterly period ended March 31st. Okay. And how many shares do they have? Oh, as of May 15th, there were 125 million shares outstanding. Okay. Now let's look at their money, assets. Okay, the assets they have. Okay, cash 151,000. Total assets $2 million. Let's look at their liabilities. Current liabilities, accounts payable 2 million. Total current liabilities 6 million, and then we have some long-term liabilities here for a grand total liabilities of 12, almost $13 million. So you got assets of 2 million, liabilities of 12 million. Do the quick math. These guys are $10 million in the hole as far as value is concerned, book value. And again, you have this line here under stock. They're calling it a stockholders deficit now because the stockholders shares are basically worth nothing. Common stock 250,000 authorized, 125 million shares issued outstanding, and this matches what's up here. So they're not diluting, or they're not right now. They're not. And so let's see what these guys are trading at. This is PTOI. And this company is trading at 2 cents a share. Okay. And their 200-day low is 0.0161. I don't know where that all highlights. The most they've ever traded in 200 days is $20,000 back in May 26. Alright, so that's it. That's all you really need to know about 10Qs. And I hope that helps you, and I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye.